What's up, guys? It's Mr. Lynch coming back at you with another great math video. Today, we're going to finish up lesson 10.3a. I'm just going to give you guys a few problems, walk you through them, and then you guys are going to finish the rest of this. You guys are going to do the homework section. You guys are just going to have fun with it. All right, we've done this a million times. We're just going to keep going. And remember, this is Pythagorean theorem. So what does Pythagorean theorem say? A squared plus b squared equals c squared. Exactly. So, we have the dimensions of a kite shown below. The support rod that runs from the top of the kite to the bottom of the kite has been broken and needs to be replaced. What length of rod is needed to replace the broken piece? So what we're going to do here is we're going to break this up into two different triangles. We're going to break this up into this triangle here and this triangle here. We're going to break it up into these two triangles and see what happens. So in this first triangle, in the blue one, I'll do it in blue. This is probably b, so I'm going to go 42 squared plus b squared equals 52 squared. Now, I don't know these off the top of my head, so I'm going to pull out my handy-dandy calculator. And I'm going to say 42 times 42 is 1764 plus b squared equals 52 times 52 is 2704. So now, add these together, or subtract 1764 from both sides. What am I saying? Add these together. I get that b squared is equal to minus 1764, 940. Now, I feel like that may have a perfect square root. It may not. And it definitely doesn't. So, we're going to take the square root of both of these sides. And we're going to say that b is equal to the square root of 940. Now, it does tell you to round to the nearest tenth. So, we're going to get 30.7, because that is the nearest tenth. Now, for the other one, we're going to do the same thing. 42, oops, this is the wrong color. 42 squared plus b squared equals 77 squared. So again, we get 1764 plus b squared equals, I do not know what 17 times 17 is, or 77 times 77. So I'm going to plug into my calculator, 5629. That's crazy. Subtract 1764 from both sides. We get that b squared equals 4165. Now, if I take the square root of that, I get 64.5. Add these two together, and I get that the entire length, so I'll do it in this color, the entire length of this rod is 95.2 centimeters. Now let's do one more. I'll help you guys with this one. So a spider is in a box, and a statement of resonance in this box, which measures 2 by 4 by 4. So what's the length in inches of a straight spider web that will carry it from the lower right corner to the upper left corner? So what we're going to do is first we have to find the length from here to here. Well, that's easy. We have a nice little right triangle right there. So we got 2 squared plus 4 squared equals that c squared. So we get 4 plus 16 equals c squared. So we get 20. So we get that c equals the square root of 20, or 2 square root 5. So I'm going to erase that c, and I'm going to put 2 square root 5. Now, we have to make a second right triangle. And this right triangle is going to look like this. It's going to be that diagonal little section there. So we know the height. We know that this right back here has a height of, what was that? That has a height of 4. So we know 2 of our measurements. So I know 2 square root of 5 squared plus 4 squared has to be, we're going to call this d, has to be d squared. This is 20 plus 16 equals d squared. 36 equals d squared. I take the square root of both sides. And I get that 6 equals d. There we go. So guys, that's what I'm going to leave you with. As always, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you are ringing that notification bell so you guys can see these videos as soon as they come out. And as always, guys, enjoy the math. We'll see you soon.